And what is going on, guys? I am Nintendo Boy, and welcome to Elf Bowling 1 and 2. So, if you couldn't tell by my feelings towards reading the title alone, if you don't know, I'm sure a lot of you probably do, but for some of you that are uneducated in the history of bad games, Elf Bowling 1 and 2, if not mainly pretty much every Elf Bowling game, is cited as being some of the worst video games ever made. They're not necessarily like completely garbage, but they're definitely not fun either. They're basically simple games that are bowling games. That's why it's called Elf Bowling. And if you didn't think that was bad enough, there's actually a movie based off of Elf Bowling. So yeah, just take into account that there's no Legend of Zelda movie at the time of making this video. There's no Metroid movie. There's no movies based off of a lot of video game franchises out there. But let it be known that Elf Bowling got a movie adaptation in so many other video games. Haven't yet, but maybe that's for the better because the movie also really sucked. So you may also be wondering, why am I playing this game if it sucks and if everyone on the internet has pretty much acknowledged this game's existence and trashed it as well? Well, that's because obviously it's December, it's Christmas time. This is one of the easiest games to rip on during this time of the year. And I really don't know what other Christmas games are out there to play. This is basically one of the only ones that can come to mind. I have been looking for more to play, and as I said in the last live stream I did, I am not going to play a bunch of Christmas games like I do for Halloween every year, but I'm going to do a few videos on Christmas, and I think this has to be one of them. And I guess without further ado, let's get into this questionable game. So if you didn't think my description of the games and everything about them was bad enough, we have to listen to Elf. Yeah, we gotta listen to that over and over again until we pick something. And obviously, this game is called Elf Bowling 1 and 2, so appropriately, there are two games that you can play. But we're gonna get to this later, and I think for right... We're gonna get to this later. Okay, we're gonna get to that later, and for right now, let's just do Elf Bowling, and not Elves in Paradise. Alright, yeah, as the title suggests, this is obviously a bowling game, and there's a rabbit on the course. I don't know if I can hit it with the ball. Let's see if I can. No, it moved! And because of that, I got a gutter ball already. But yes, it is as simple as you can freaking expect, because if you didn't know as well, this started actually as an online flash game, so if you thought the gameplay was simple, that's because it literally was an online game that you could play for free, and someone basically just bootlegged. It's not even really an official game. It's not really even an official game. It's been bootlegged onto the Game Boy Advance and another console that we will see later, just for the fun of it. I think they actually are licensed, but like they're not really good ports, so... Oh, I only got one out of that? This is how much... Yeah, see, this is another reason why I hate this game. I don't really understand the physics or like where you're supposed to throw the ball in order to get a good score. Like here, I'm just gonna hit A right now. And there you go. Santa ho-ho-hos, and I got a strike. But I feel like if I threw that ball there again, it wouldn't work. Because this game has such weird physics that I really don't know what to do about it. Okay, maybe I was wrong. I got another strike. And maybe it's the opposite. Maybe this game is too easy, and that you could just keep throwing it there, and you just keep getting strikes. Let's try again. Okay, well, I did miss that time. But yeah, it's basically the same thing over and over again. There's literally only one button that you need to use for this game, and it's the A button, and that's pretty much it. I mean, as we'll find out later, there is more to the second Elf Bowling game that we'll play, but this first one is really bad, or at least it's very boring, because all it is just hitting the A button and just hoping that our ball hits them and we get a strike, and just rinse and repeat. And we got some hating in the pin area over there, as you can see, and just for that... I was hoping to just take out him only. I'm perfectly fine with not getting a strike because I wanted to take him out. And yeah, as you can see by their faces, when you hit them with the ball, they freaking bleed. So how about that for a Christmas game? You totally want to see that in your Christmas game. Elves bleeding. And profanity, technically, too. Talking about balls. This is not appropriate for Christmas. This is supposed to be a time for being happy and not playing elf bowling. So screw this game. Oh, and cheating, too. Can't forget about cheating. He slid out of the way when I was about to get a strike. That's where you're supposed to throw to get a strike. I bet that reindeer over there is as tipped off as I am. Alright, I'm gonna just throw this ball, and we're gonna be done with this game. Yeah, screw you, elf. Ho ho ho. And yeah, let's move on to Elf Bowling 2, I think, because this is just getting ridiculous. Alright, it's time to play the game where the elves are in, like, Speedos and look very, I don't know, graphic. So yes, there's 1 players and 2 player options, but because I don't think I would ever be able to get anyone else to play this with me in my entire life, we might as well just go 1 player, and jeez, if you didn't think, like, anything else about this game is bad, the compressed audio is always bad. But yeah, this isn't actually bowling. If you couldn't already tell, this is one of the more infamous things about this game as well, is that it may be called Elf Bowling 1 and 2, but it's not even bowling, it's shuffleboard, and it's got a heavy amount of down there. Alright, I'm gonna aim it just straight down the middle and hope that it goes far. Come on. Oh no, it went too far, unfortunately. And now my rival, Dingles, is going to throw his guy, and he is going to get a lot of points. Man, stupid shuffleboard. 3 times points. Alright, well, let's hope that this goes well. I'm gonna throw it now. Alright, that's going right in there. Yeah, right into the sharks again. Dingles is going to throw another one. Oh, okay, never mind. Dingles actually screwed himself. Alright, well, I needed that. What is he doing? He's on the freaking toilet. Are you kidding me? I hate this game. I really hate this game. Now. Alright, that one, that time I got it. Oh, yes, perfectly. Perfectly. Screw you, Dingles. I am great at this game. Technically, we're even. He got rid of his pieces. I got 1 on the 300. And okay, he did a little bit better than me. The heck did he say? I think it's time to move on to the next game. Alright, so if you thought the Game Boy Advanced version of Elf Bowling was bad, well, take a gander at the DS version. It probably doesn't look all that special to you anyway, because it seems like it's just the same game, except it's on the DS, and nothing much else. Well, let's find out if that's the case, because let's go into Elf Bowling. I mean, one annoying thing off the bat is that you have to freaking swap the top screen and bottom screen around, at least on the recording thing that I have here, because for some reason the actual gameplay is on the bottom, meaning you have to tap to throw the bowling ball, and amazing, we got a strike, and ignore that on the top, but it's just weird that it's like this, because yeah, I had to freaking switch it all around just so we can actually see the main gameplay, and that's not a strike. But yeah, look at this, look at that up there. Is this really what you want to see on Christmas? Freaking elf nudity, or kind of nudity, and blood? Like, that's just not something I would really want to freaking see. And of course we saw it with the Paradise game as well, quote-unquote nudity. And hey, we got a spare, so you know what, because of that, let's move on to the game that we already played, but this time it'll be on the DS. Alright, we're playing Elves in Paradise again, Elf Bowling 2, also known as that. And it looks pretty much like the exact same game, except it's on the DS, which means it looks a little nicer, but it's still garbage, and I didn't even mean to throw that. Well, how do you control this one? Because now it's all touchscreen based. I'm so glad it didn't ever get ported to the Wii, because that means you would have had to use motion controls, and I would have hated that. And Dingle just killed my elf. So thank you, Dingle. Alright, let's see how we can do this. Oh, there we go, okay. Alright, we're gonna shoot it straight down here. Alright, can I get a 300? 300 points! Yay! I got 300 points! That is amazing! Alright, I'm getting really sick of elf bowling, so let's just see what Dingle's gonna do. And I'm going to cry myself to sleep after playing this. Surprisingly, he didn't actually hit me off. Alright, yeah, with that, I'm done. Alright, with that, that is definitely going to conclude Elf Bowling 1 and 2. I really hate this audio right now. But yes, that's going to conclude it for Elf Bowling 1 and 2. Gosh dang it. Anyways, yes, that is going to do it for Elf Bowling 1 and 2. Obviously, these games really do drain a lot from you. I mean, they're not horrible, but I definitely would never play them ever again. There's literally 1,000 bowling games that you could play that are probably better and don't look as bad as this, or just anything. You could just play anything and don't go play the other elf bowling games, because they will probably give you the same experience as these games, which is not a very good time. So yeah, with that, that is going to conclude it for Elf Bowling 1 and 2. I don't know what Christmas game I'm going to play next, but just expect some kind of video. Don't expect it to be Christmas, but if it is, then that's good, because that's kind of what I'm trying to aim for. But if there's no Christmas themed video next, then that's just kind of the way it is. But just look out for the next thing I do, because it might be soon, I don't know. But yes, that is going to do it for this video, so thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys hopefully next time with something better than this. Bye-byes.